And exciting that you have a day of hope. It's definitely what we're about. So we've been going a little over 20 years, and we work actually in Alexandra. And it's a community that often struggles to have hope, to be honest. Poverty, there's nothing romantic about poverty, and there are children who've lost families largely as a result of the AIDS epidemic, but for other reasons. And they struggle. They struggle to come to terms with what's happened to them and to have a hopeful outlook.
How do you bring hope to that community?
Well, I think really what it's about is not taking over, not doing life for somebody else. And I think that often people want to feed children and give them things and give them a Christmas present and give them a hug, but it's really not so much about giving them things, although we do that. It's about enabling them to change themselves, so to change from within. And that's a tougher ask, as I say. So it's about giving them some items. Food is obviously significant. If a child's really hungry, it's difficult for them to learn. But really, it's about giving them tools to change from within. So hope is such an awesome word.
Okay, in terms of like the challenges that they face on daily basis and the programs that you actually have, what kind of programs do you have?
Well, we've got a Saturday school, and Martin will tell us a little bit more about that because he's been part of that for many years. But we also have a child-headed household program. So it's about children who've lost their families and are trying to live on their own. So often teenagers with younger siblings, sometimes with children of their own, trying to just make ends meet, trying to do life while they're possibly still even attending school. And they just need tools to help them. What they've lost is their mothers. I think that's what people often don't realize.
So there's no mothering, there's no nurturing.
Okay. No mothering, no nurturing, nobody to bring them up. And so Rays of Hope does that very much on the basis of relationships. So we appoint field staff who would have a few families, and they build relationships with those families. So almost become like a surrogate mother to them, but enabling them to grow up, as one does with your own children. You don't do life for your own child. You enable them to do life for them.
Okay, just before I get to you, Martin, to talk to us about the Saturday School program and how you benefited, what are the challenges that you guys face on daily basis running Rays of Hope, Jennifer?
Well, I think staffing is the biggest thing. So this way of building relationships with kids is an expensive way of changing lives, because you have to build relationships. So you have to have a high ratio of staff people. These are not highly paid staff people. It's small stipends for people. But one of the things we're trying to do at the moment is raise the funds for one more stipend for a female staff worker to go in and build relationships.
Now, Martin, you're part of Rays of Hope. You volunteer there, but you also benefited. So just tell us a little bit about your journey. How did you come to be part of Rays of Hope?
I joined Rays of Hope through a Saturday school, which is called Rosette. So what happens is that when I was in grade 9, I was looking for extra lesson, and then I heard about Rose Act, and then I joined them for 2 years as a student, and then I managed to pass my matric, and then after doing my matric, that's when I went back to Rosette to give back, just being part of the staff, helping out, with the admin staff, that, Louise, the principal does. And then after that, there was a tertiary education fund, which they started. So I was one of the first students, with, I think there were 2 of us, and then they helped me go to college. I did a financial accounting diploma for 3 years, and then I've got the diploma now. And then at the moment, I'm busy helping out Rays of Hope. I've been working for Rays of Hope for the past 3 years now.
Okay, so what do you get to do on daily basis? What sort of things do you get involved with? And how did, having been part of the program, been taken through school, how are you bringing back those skills in helping the project?
What I do with in a daily basics is that I help out in the office, and with most of the project that we're busy with in the office, just to make sure that everyone is doing everything accordingly. We have coordinators for each and every project, but what I do is that I get involved with most of the project in the office. And helping out at the Saturday school, just to make sure that most of the kids in Alex, they can see that there's hope after matric.
Yeah.
Not that, you know, you're from a township, there's no chance for you.
All right. You can give us a call and be part of our conversation this morning on 011-537-9337 or 011-537-9338. We're talking Rays of Hope, a project in Alexander Township. And of course, we've got Martin here, who not only benefited, but he's also giving back to the very same community. Very interesting, because a lot of times people come, Jennifer, and then they get help, and then the next thing, you know, they never come back.
Absolutely.
Another thing on the daily basis stuff that you do, you know, we spoke about the Saturday school, we spoke about the child-headed homes, but we know that within townships there's a lot of like unemployed, the very same young people who might have children or who might come from child-headed homes. I mean, yesterday statistics came out, they're not skilled. Is there a program